Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
की जय, जय
वैष्णव
की जय,
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम
की जय।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः।
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले
स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं
ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनाटगितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमामि
विष्णुपादाय
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय
भूतले श्रीमते
भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामिनिधे
स्वामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय
कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते
कृष्णाय
कृष्ण चैतन्य
नाम्ने
गौरतुष्य
नमः वन्दे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानन्द सहोदितौ गौडोदये पुष्पवन्तौ चित्रौषधौ तमोनुदौ आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायदाक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजभरौ युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रसुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीर्गमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
Welcome all of you. Let us take one verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the first canto. Repeat this verse. This is 1.1.5. Ta ekadatu munayah
एकदातु मुनयः
हुतहुताग्नयः
प्रातर्हुताहुतागणयः
सत्कृतं सूतमासीनं
सत्कृतं सूतमासीनः
प्राप्रच्युरिदमादरात्.
प्राप्तुरिदमाददात्.
Read the translation, please.
One day, after finishing their morning duties by burning a sacrificial fire and offering a seat of esteem to Srila Sutta Goswami, the great sages made inquiries with great respect about the following matters.
Quote Bishop Prabhupada ki
Jai. Morning is the best time to hold spiritual services. The great sages offered the speaker of the Bhagavatam an elevated seat of respect called the Vyasasan, or the seat of Sri Vyasadev.
Yeah, so this is the main point for which I took the purport. Morning is the
Best time.
to hold spiritual services. Very proper. Therefore, early morning they all assembled. So, in the early days of Iskcon, Iskcon started with New York preaching by Sri Prabhupada, isn't it? The New York, everybody was a brahmachari. So the morning programs happened in the temple. And later on, Mike and Jan, they both asked Prabhupada, can we go to San Francisco and organize a program for you? And he was very happy. He asked you go, and then they went and they were searching for opportunity where Prabhupada can address many people in San Francisco. So there they came across, Mike came across his friend, old friend, Sam. So Sam and Marjorie, these two people, boy and girl, they were into drugs, and they were into such heavy drugs that they had become completely addicted, and they thought they were going to die. The health was so spoiled by that. So at that time, when Mike and Jan came and told them that we came across a Swamiji from India, and he completely transformed our lives. And if you join the Mangalarati morning program that we do, that can completely take you out of this. Because early morning time is a very good time to invest your energies and focus on the morning songs. You come and participate with us. So they had invited. So when they came and uttered the Mangalarati, Narsingharati, all that, and then chanting, japa, and hearing from the Bhagavatam, they were so thrilled, Sam and Marjorie. For them, everything was new. So that experience was extraordinary for them, and they could completely get out of drugs by that kind of morning program. They said, we will arrange a program for Swamiji, and Sam was a very influential man. He was a musician, and he was also a carpenter also. So he had a lot of friends. He gathered more than 50 prominent people. And when Prabhupada landed in San Francisco, everybody came with a rose and gave it to Prabhupada on either side. And Prabhupada was amazed. How did they gather so many people all at once? So, and then Prabhupada started the Haight-Ashbury Street, San Francisco Center, where almost 99% were Grihasthas. Earlier in New York Temple, they were all brahmacharis and sannyasis. Later on, San Francisco, they were all Grihasthas. Now, after that, Prabhupada gradually expanded to LA, Los Angeles, and other places also, like Russia, then London, UK, and all those places. So, when LA temple started, that became a very prominent temple for book distribution. From that's a place where they took out, one of the petrol bunks, one devotee didn't have money to pay. So he just showed the Krishna book to the petrol bunk wala, and that was accepted. He came back and told, Prabhupada, they gave the Krishna book, instead of money, he accepted. And that is how book distribution started after that. From then, devotees started taking books and giving and asking for donation. Then it became very big. So Prabhupada liked that LA temple devotees were enthusiastic for book distribution. So there in LA, what happened over a period of time, as our movement grew from the 1965 towards 72, some of the brahmacharis didn't remain brahmacharis, they wanted to get married. So then they had a question mark, if are we to go out of the temple if we marry, or can we stay in the temple? So Prabhupada said, I don't see any difference between brahmacharis, grihasthas, sannyasis, all are equal for me. You just give your life to Krishna and then you can stay in the temple, there's no problem. So they stayed in the temple, they got married. So Mataji would live in brahmacharini ashram, and the man would live with brahmacharis. And they would continue the services as usual. Sometimes if they have to beget children, they would go home for some time, maybe for a month they would go. And then they would come back afterwards, and they would continue like that. Now, eventually, when the Matajis delivered the babies at home, again they wanted to come back to temple because they didn't want to remain at home, because then you have to practice Krishna consciousness, isn't it? So then, when they came with their babies, living in the temple was becoming little challenging, because the Mataji would need the husband's support for babysitting and other things. And the child also is very small, tender growing. Then Prabhupada said, opposite to the early temple, make this Grihastha Dham apartments. And one of the intentions Prabhupada told his own Samakshana Maharaj was, if Grihasthas cannot come for the morning program, and if they live in the temple, then others also, brahmacharis and assis, they will also not come. And the other Grihasthas also won't come. In this way, overall the atmosphere would become very diluted. And the morning programs will become very dull. And many will not be there. And Aarti will be going on in the altar, but in temple hall there will not be anybody much. So then better that they stay opposite. But then we can give them free apartments and prasadam and accommodation and coming to the temple and then taking part in services. We can do that. But then over a period of time, even though the children grew up, children grew up to 4 or 5 or 6 years, but some of the grihasthas could not come for the morning programs. So the complaints went to Prabhupada that Prabhupada, the morning program, not everybody is attending. More than half of them are not turning up. People, especially in cold winter, people remain in their own homes. They say we will chant in our own home. Everybody. So there is a lot of dialogue you will see in the book Transcendental Diary. I think fourth or fifth volume, one of the volumes you will read that. So it is the tussle between the full-time devotees and those who are living outside the temple. In those days, the fanatical brahmacharis, they declared, those who are inside temple, they are in goodness. Those who are outside temple, opposite temple, they are in passion. Those who are far away from temple, they are in ignorance. And like that, they had made, you know. So in this way, there was a tug of war between the serious devotees and the devotees who could not be serious due to the encumbrances of the worldly duties, responsibilities. So then that was the time when many grihasthas started taking jobs. Till then, there was no concept in Iskcon of grihasthas doing jobs outside Iskcon. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Sannyasi, everybody was inside the ship of the temple only. Temple will, even today also there are some full-time devotees in Iskcon, you might have seen. In some of the temples you find. They basically need money for what? For their food, clothing, shelter. Their prasadam, their dress and everything, toiletry and everything. And then they need accommodation. And for child education. And for the medical expenses. And for the emergencies. So these are the things they need money, and Iskcon is providing, taking care. They may not be able to school them in international school or something like that, but the average school, they will do that. And in Juhu and other places you find that in India, even today, Mayapur, Vrindavan and all that. The only challenge comes for such full-time grihasthas when suddenly if their spirit goes away. Earlier they were very enthusiastically coming for the Mangala Aarti, chanting, dancing, going out enthusiastically, book distribution and fundraising or deity services. If a brahmacharis and grihasthas and sannyasis, all of them can be fully spirited. The spirited, when I say, what I mean is carrying that fire of missionary activities and not becoming slack in their practices. In Iskcon, there are two cliches you must have heard. Fired up, fried out. You heard that? Huh? Fired up devotee means what? Like our Mahotsaha Prabhu is fired up. Huh? He goes out distributing books like anything. One day he can distribute 4,000 books, 5,000 books. You see that? Nowadays, what he does, he goes to fairs. Fair. In the fair, he pays $1,000 per day and books a place. And he knows which is the right spot to book. He books it. And there are thousands of people passing through that spot. And he distributes like 4,000, 5,000 books, and he'll take out that $1,000 very easily. You know, he doesn't just go sporadically and distribute nowadays. He exactly identifies where to go and distribute very nicely. So he's a fired up devotee who has ever flowing enthusiasm, correct? No? And fried out devotee means what? You don't see them in the morning, you don't see them in japa, you know, generally in the prasadam time the crowd is more. Lot of people. Prasadam hall full. If you want to make any announcement, Prasadam hall is the best place. Because everybody will be there. Correct, no? Morning program is not the best time to announce anything. So then other times people go back to the room. They carry prasadam for the afternoon also, keep it in your room and take water bottle and everything. And then me and my cabin, and my books and my own things, take care of the body, take care of your health, take care of your own reading, chanting. In this way, gradually the slackness started in our society. Leave alone the Grihasthas, even the Brahmacharis also, over the period of time. Initially, Prabhupada said all the sannyasis will sit in the front. So the square thing will be put, you have seen in Mayapur. They put this, that's for actual sannyasis. All will be sitting with the dandas, sannyasis. And then next to that, temple presidents will be sitting. And behind them, all the senior devotees. And then behind them, the yellow brigade devotees and newly joined bhaktas will be sitting. Eventually, with passing years, the trend reversed. The new young devotees, they will come and sit in the front. Newly joined devotees. And then little older devotees. And then older devotees go. And sannyasis will be behind. Some of them will be in the chairs. And some of them have one leg inside, they have one leg outside temple. They're just poised to flee. When the Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam is back. And those who are most, many number of years they spend, they are not even in temple, they are in the ashram. They will say, I can hear online. They may be in the ashram. So it became like that eventually. So even all these temples are trying to figure out ways how to maintain that enthusiasm with increasing years. Now, what is the secret for that enthusiasm? This you will find in the 10th canto, 80, 81 chapters. When one pleases the spiritual master, then one is blessed by the spiritual master. So the blessings of the spiritual master, you can take it like 1,000 count. Our endeavor to make progress is like one count. By my own effort to control my senses, control my mind and do anything in this world, that's like one count progress I make. But when Guru, and when I say Guru, it's not only our own Diksha Guru, it's like Gurus, anybody in the Guru Tulya, from whom we are drawing, learning and everything. So when they become pleased with our service attitude, that's the verse, Chandamsi ayatayamani bhavantvika paratracha. The Guru is saying, Tushtoham bodhvidastreshthaha satyasantu manorata Chandamsi ayatayamani bhavantvika paratracha. He's saying, Krishna and Sudama, oh my dear children, like that Guru Sandipani is saying this. He's saying, you fellows have served me, putting aside your personal considerations and comforts and everything. Therefore, he says that I bless you with two things. May all your desires be fulfilled. That's the first thing he says. And secondly, he says, may Krishna consciousness be ever fresh for you throughout your life. Like you will find, for some people, it was fresh on the early days. But with increasing years, it became gradually not so interesting. Boredom sets in. So the curve went like this and then it took a U-turn and came back. Just like a rocket tried to go up, but then fuel got over. It just came back like this. But some people just go like this. And on with increasing years, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, until they go back to Godhead. And there it continues. So we all naturally want to have that fiery spirit, and that is called fired up. Fired up devotee or a fried out devotee, we say. So when some devotees became fried out or blooped, that is where the decision was made in Iskcon that those people who don't have their fiery spirit like the early days, temple cannot maintain them. Temple, temple doesn't mind giving any amount of money, medical, support and everything to a person who is giving life and soul, correct? Huh? Because one is engaged in mission, he belongs to mission completely. Otherwise, if somebody says, somebody asking, what all pay and perks I will get? Will I get a car? Will I get a flight ticket? For my children, can they go to international school? Huh? Can they get this? Can they get that? You know, and also how much saving can I get? Some people got into saving mode. Not only they want money for running. Missionary means you don't worry about tomorrow. You trust the organization and then you give. But nowadays people cannot do that because organization also is undergoing a lot of changes. Correct, no? So all these problems came. Then many Grihasthas decided that we will stand on our own leg, instead of staying in the temple. So they went out and then they went far away. Now in Iskcon society, 95% population is not inside the temple or near temple. They are away from the temple. And this is the first beginning of my talk today. Which why I am saying this. In such a situation, one very big challenge came to Grihasthas. What is it? If you are inside the temple, if you see many Gaudiya mats and Iskcon also, the temple hall in the top, the gallery type of thing will be there, where the rooms were there. Morning, when the shank blows, anybody's door is closed, people will batter, hey, guy, have you got up or not? You have to come for that. And the loud arati ringing of the bell, how can anybody sleep? Not possible. In Juhu and Tirupati and all, they ring the bell. In the morning, 3:30, our president only, Devakanand Prabhu in Kanpur, similarly Revataram Prabhu in Tirupati, in Juhu also, ding, 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 3:30, they get up everybody. And in ashram, you will see 4 o'clock, Prabhupada lecture will be going on in the bathroom. Correct, no? Yeah. Loudly, nobody can sleep. Rooms also. Rooms also it goes on. They put speaker everywhere. So, matha or ashram means get up. You cannot sleep. That is the culture there. So, those who have lived in that culture, if they just live outside the temple, then also they have to make little effort. But somebody far away completely, no temple. So, in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one verse in which Prahlad says, Hitvatma patam grihamanda kopam vanam gatoyat harimashrayeta. He says, if, if somebody is a married man with children, with business, his family, but is not serious about spiritual life, somehow he became slack, just like sometimes your firewood you put in the backyard of your house and rains came and it got completely drenched. Next day you put it in the furnace. What will happen when you lit up?
It won't burn.
Fire won't come, what will come?
Smoke.
Smoke will come. So if somebody has become smoky in spiritual life, diluted and things like that, such a person is compared to a cow or a bull, which in the forest sometimes slips and falls into a ditch. See, in Bihar, in some places it looks like grass in the top, but it is like a big, this much height. From here, there to here, there is sometimes a pit in the forest. And the animal slips and falls into it because it's all greenery is there. Inside it's all fully green. Looks like tall grasses, but then it's a pit. After the falling inside, is screaming, calling a no. If nobody is passing by, nobody will come to know. So a person who is a grihastha who does not have any association and uh, one who has lot of demands from the relatives, from the family, from the company, from his job and everything, and one who is not sufficiently serious about human form of life. That person is compared to that animal. Hitvatma badam griham andakupam is saying that's called andakupam for a person. So, first thing in Grihastha Ashrama is to understand one's predicament. One should understand that I don't have the kind of association that I would get when I was a free bird in the temple when I was single person. Many brahmacharis also nowadays get married. But when they get married and go, what type of life they had in the temple? Now, what type of life they will have when they get married and they have to live with wife, children, family, job, and responsibilities. See, when a boy and girl become attracted to each other and they want to marry, At that time, you don't know what awaits you ahead. You don't have no idea, clue of it. Your whole mind is fixed on romance. I am there, you are there, I see you, you see me, I sing for you, sing for me. You are in a different, dream world like that. Because we have seen, that's the problem with seeing movies. If you see a movie, in a movie you will find one man will have 20 men behind him, and the lady will have 20 ladies behind her, and they both will be dancing. In real life, tell me, will 20 people come with you? It's all movie life. So, this is the way a boy is thinking. Even if some brahmacharis who change ashram, they are also living in a dream world many times. They are thinking that, it's only romance comes in the mind. But later on, after marrying, the married life is not a life of romance, it's a life of responsibilities. Uh, And you will find that a minute after the marriage, you have to build a house, you have to get a vehicle, you have to, even if you get children, you have to send them to school. The mother just to cook in the kitchen, nothing comes ready made. You have to go and bring the grocery, and sometimes gas gets over, sometimes the neighbors are getting trouble, governmental policies are there, and sometimes the man's job is in turmoil. Not very sure whether they will transfer him. He wants to live in one place, wife is having one job, and husband is having another job, another place. You know, Suddenly sickness comes, everybody is afraid, let the sickness not be too much, because if sickness becomes too much, bill also will be big. People are afraid of both, health also and bill also. Correct. So then the man thinks, oh, this is not what I wanted. I wanted something, I'm getting something else. One things like that. So in such a life, spiritual life can become burdensome. Our mind may say that, okay, Krishna is always there. First, let me do my things first. Let me set right the situation, and then let me look at Krishna, one may think. But the problem is what? When you don't pay attention to Krishna, the material problems multiply. You may say, after all, how can it multiply? Whatever is there, it's there. No, it's not. It's not like that. See, there is something called as mental hunger. What is mental hunger? How many of you experience after you finished eating prasad, somebody brought a Giriraj Sonbabdi and they showed you. Huh? Just now you said, over. But still, when they give you, do we feel attraction or not? No. That is not stomach hunger, it is mental hunger. Huh? We may say, Prabhu, you are so lovingly giving me, how can I say no? So you will find that the less Krishna conscious we are, the more the mental hunger. So here is the paradox. For example, if a Grihastha say things that let Krishna be, Krishna is always there. I can take care of Krishna. Let people sort this out. But you go to sort this out, it is going to become 2, 4, 6, 8, more problems multiply. But on the other hand, the good news for Grihasthas is, if you are willing to pay attention to Krishna, you will be surprised in your life how your material demands reduce. You will be shocked and surprised. There are Grihasthas with such a meager amount of facility. And there is one man who had invited me for Bhagavatam installation in Pune. When I went to their house, husband, wife, and 2 daughters and 1 son, 5 people, and little kids, all wearing beautiful tilak, were standing with the garland, and they welcomed and gave me garland. And I asked, where is the house? They showed me the house. The house is exactly this size only, this room only. This room only. And here he has put a altar here, which is the altar. And house looked like this size only. Behind the altar is kitchen. This side of the altar is the drawing room. Such a small room. So that man told me he is having some business of making LED screens. They make, LED screens he makes. Monthly he gets 2 or 3 orders he gets. And he says his monthly bread and butter he is able to get with that. Life is going on. And he said 4 years he saved money to buy this Bhagavatam. Little by little he saved. Then I asked him, how will you do program here? You are saying 40 people will come. I asked him. He said, no, Swamiji, program is just outside the house. It was in the open only. We had it outside. So, my most amazing thing for me that day was, his house is so small. Even when we were having lecture, his wife was cooking, tuck, all the sounds of the vessels were coming just behind the altar. But these people are the happiest people in the universe. Although they have practically no material commodities. Because of the spiritual enthusiasm, I came to know that daily morning they get up and they do Mangalarti daily. Mangalati, Nashangati, all the children are playing Mridangam, they're playing Kartal, they're singing, dancing, they're bringing their friends from the neighborhood. So anybody who is spiritually fixed up will be materially detached.
Mm.
Somebody is spiritually not fixed up, spiritually slack in chanting, slack in morning program. For them, the material luggages will increase. Imagine Radheshyam Das, I have one luggage in this hand, another luggage here, and one in my shoulder, one in shoulder, one more on the head. My walking will be slow or fast?
Slow.
Actually, very slow. Because the material baggage is attachments. So the slack I am in spiritual life, the more my material attachments will increase. And you will see that those are the even brahmacharis are not happy. There are brahmacharis. Because of slackness in the morning program, they'll be morose, staring at the sky, Mera kya hoga? Huh? What is going to happen to me? And these are people, some of them don't want to marry also because they're afraid of responsibilities. Huh? So many things. And they are not happy brahmacharis also. So they're like Trishanku. Huh? Trishanku, neither up nor down. Huh? And those who are married dressers, some of them are seen only once in a blue moon. Like you announce a yatra, that's the best way to know who are all still alive, still there. Yatra time, everybody will come. You catch in yatra, hey, you have not been coming. And then one fellow, I caught him in the yatra. Hey, last 6 months I didn't see you. I said, he said, no, Prabhuji, you are very busy. Don't take unnecessary time for me. You have so many important things to do. I said, I should say I am busy and you are busy. I said, I am interested in you, he says. I told him. So he said, Prabhuji, you are interested in me, but I am afraid of you. He said, Prabhuji, please be merciful to me. Only for yatras I will come. Other time, because yatra is the time we get good prasad and chant, dance, aaj ke anand ki jai and go back. So you find this is the problem. So that means material slackness. I mean, spiritual slackness means material attachments increase. And spiritual fixity means material requirements reduce. That's the reason. How do you remember this formula? See the example of Sudama. He was so poverty stricken, he was wearing tattered clothes, and his bones were visible. That is why when he went to Dwaraka, the Dwaraka servant maids, what they were saying, Kim manena kritam punyam abadute nabhikshuna. They are saying that, look at this bhikshuk. He is like a penniless beggar. And our Lord Krishna, who doesn't embrace anyone other than Balaram and Rukmini. These are the two people Lord would embrace. And he is embracing this Brahman. That means he must be a very important person. He must be really VVIP, although he looks very simple. Like they said. So what is his qualification? He was materially detached, spiritually attached. His attachment was to Krishna, and materially he was cheerful. He had no issues at all. I don't have this. He never spoke one word about what I don't have. He only cherished what I possess. So I possess Krishna. That's why Kuntimanana says, Namo Akinchana Vittaya. Namo Akinchana Vittaya. Nivritta Gunavrittaye. Those who are Nivritta Gunavritti beyond the three gunas, and those who possess Krishna, they are the happiest people in the creation. And they don't need anything material to satisfy them. If you give them material or you don't give them, makes no difference. Because they possess something spiritual, the spiritual gift. Sanatana Goswami could reject that, what do you call that, that parsimony. He put it in the refuse, correct, no? Because that didn't make any difference to him. He told that businessman, take it. If you want, you can take it and go. He said, I don't need it. Because that material goods did not make him happy. So, therefore, those grihasthas who are living away from the temple, and who don't have that type of atmosphere, ambience, association daily, which, see, sometimes association gives a boost for us. Like I heard a story, once a hunter had put a tent, a hunter put a jal, net. So in that net, many, some 20-25 birds got caught, in that net. But then when hunter came, they all were thinking, look at the hunter is coming now, very close. If he catches us and takes us, he will roast us in the fire and eat us. We are all finished now. So all the birds are telling each other, this is the last part of our life, we are gone now. We are going to be killed. But one intelligent bird was there who said, anyway, we are going to die. Why not make one last effort? And then he said, all of you together in the same direction, you flap the wings. So they exerted the wings so much together. They did in the same manner, and the jal had four nails. and the nails got out of the ground, and they could fly with it. Of course, they couldn't escape from the jal immediately. They flew to a faraway place where they had one friend, one rat friend, and the rat cut the jal. They were all saved. Moral of the story is Sangha Shakti Kali Yuge. When people are in a Sangha, that Sangha can Mukta Sangha Param Brajet. If the Sangha of devotees are together chanting the holy name, attending the morning program, together they can very easily get off the net of Maya jar. Otherwise, the Maya is very sluggish. You see, in the spiritual life, the lethargy, in one place I read, the lethargy in spiritual life is compared to an elephant. I'll tell you why it's elephant. A king had an elephant. He thought that it would be nice to bring the elephant next to my throne where I am sitting. And the elephant can stand next to me. It look very majestic, he thought. But the problem with the elephant is what? When the elephant came in, already the elephant's feet was very muddy. So when it came into the palace hall, like this nice rug was there, it was putting all the mud over it. Is it good? It spoiled the rug, very costly rug it spoiled. Then when it came and stood by the side of the king, when it moved around, the very nature of the body of the elephant, that it was just talk. It was hitting all the lamps, nice ornate lamps were kept, and very delicate carvings and everything was there. When it moved around, it was hitting, talk, it was breaking 5-6 things. So many people thought it is not a wise idea for the elephant to come in. Keeping it next to the king in the palace, it's spoiling the place. In the same manner, the Sattva life is compared to the ornate lamp or the delicate carvings and everything. Sattva life is like that. Sattva spiritual life, is it a fine life or a gross life? Spiritual life.
Fine.
Very fine life. It's a very fine life. But if laziness comes, that's like an elephant which will spoil that fine life. It will make us grossly foolish. Like compare two people. One fellow who is sleeping till 8 o'clock in the morning with drool in the mouth, covering with a blanket, like that. Think of one person. Another person you find, he got up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, took a bath. Prabhupada says in Iskcon, all devotees worldwide get up by 4 a.m. Prabhupada says. He got up, 4:30, he is up in the morning, nicely bathed and wearing tilak in 12 parts of the body, either doing puja of the Lord or singing kirtan, dancing in the kirtan, fresh and sitting and meditating completely. Look at these two people. And the first fellow is getting tamaguni happiness, second fellow is getting sattvic happiness. Correct now? So the sattvic happiness is uplifting, purifying, liberating. Whereas the tamasic happiness is binding, entangling. It makes a person more and more dull like an animal actually. And over a period of time, such dull people cannot do anything meaningful in their life. Even for themselves, what is speak of doing for the world? दुनिया को उधर करना दूर की बात है. पहले खुद को देखो. Correct ना? One fellow was telling, it's like a boy, there was a lazy boy. Night also he would sleep 12 hours, day another 4 more hours. He was sleeping like that. So his friend would call him, hey, get up. The professor was calling you, he said. Tell professor I'll come after 10 minutes. And the 10 minutes he was dreaming that Elon Musk is calling him for a job. That is the Dhamabudi fellow, correct? So, in this way, the morning program is a very powerful series of events where a person can, not only come to sattva, it's like Iskcon temples are like a airport. When you come to the airport, that's where the aeroplanes take off. So when you come to a sattvic ambience, from there you can go to Vishuddha Sattva. The sattvic ambience is a springboard from where you can go to Vishuddha Sattva from there. So therefore the morning program is very, very vital. Many people do not know that the morning program is actually the foundation for the entire day. Just like in a tree, what is the foundation of the tree?
The roots.
The roots. What is the foundation of a skyscraper building? The foundation. Correct, no? If somebody comes to see, say you built a skyscraper building with 100 story, when somebody comes to see you, you're not going to dig and show the foundation. See, this is our foundation. Because nobody will go to see the foundation. But generally people see which one? The building. Hey, you have built a very beautiful building, people will say. Similarly, when a tree gives a lot of fruits, flowers and leaves and branches, people say, oh, tree is a wonderful tree. Nobody sees the roots. Nobody sees the foundation. If a devotee is lively, a devotee is cheerful, devotee is fully Krishna conscious, devotee has no attraction to Maya, people do not know that that devotee has invested a lot of time in foundation. That people don't know. Like we say, no pains,
No gain.
No gain. So uh, now when we, for example, one time when my special master called 5, 6 of us and told, see, you people are all holding big positions like president and vice president. So he told her, and you are all brahmacharis, you are full time in the temple. He said, in such a post position, lot of problems will be thrown on you, and you have to be like a shock absorber. There'll be envious people, there'll be angry people, there'll be quarreling people, there'll be people throwing negativity on you. So you have to be like a hot tawa in which throw water you throw. Until it evaporates. You've seen that? You should be able to absorb negativity and not get affected by it. Huh? That is actually called as resilience. Like resilience means you can take a death blow and immediately get up and go ahead doing things without getting affected. So therefore he said, on Ekadashi days, I suggest that you chant more rounds. And then he said, tomorrow's Ekadashi, he said, if possible, you all come and we will chant 64. He was also there. So we all went to a room like this and we sat. That's the first time we chanted 64 rounds. Appa, it was such a difficult thing. First day, you know, after 16 rounds, mind gives a lot of trouble because mind says, anyway, 16 are over today. And you keep on doing hours and hours. Later on, we wondered in Bhaksansa Thakur's time how people did 64 every day. The beginning, it was like that. But later on, it became a habit every Ekadashi we have been doing. So now in Pune temple, I had made a policy that any brahmachari does 64 rounds on Ekadashi day, he'll be relieved from all the services on that day. Completely, and just take prasad, chant, relax. Of course, even after giving this policy, not everybody comes. Because chanting is not a very easy thing. You need that willpower to want to chant more. Everybody can give 108 excuses why I cannot come. Correct? But people do not know, if you invest in chanting, those people who chant more rounds, they become well grounded and they lay a very good foundation. It's like watering the root of the tree. It's very, very powerful. So then they get clarity of vision. They get fixity in Krishna consciousness, clarity in vision, focus in whatever they do, and they can accomplish lot of services within a very short time. This ability increases, once the determination increases. Once the determination of the devotee increases, it's very easy for the devotee to do multiple things simultaneously without getting disturbed. On the other hand, people whose minds are not so, Vyavasayatma Buddhi is not there, they will take one small service and they will give 100 blames about so many people. At last, they will do a small service. So you will see that chanting makes us more calm, cool, collected, willing to listen, and willing to consider various possibilities, alternatives. These are all gifts of Krishna when one chants the holy name. So, in the same manner, those like one time Prabhupada was telling that the Mangalarti time Prabhupada would personally take attendance in the temples. He would ask why this devotee is not there. Morning walk one day he went, he asked, where is Brahmananda? And one devotee said to Prabhupada, he said he is feeling a little sick, he didn't come. Prabhupada said, is he a little sick or not sick? What happened exactly? Or he is just thinking he is sick, either he asked. So Prabhupada was very particular that everybody comes and gives their attendance in the morning, and so that the temple atmosphere. The morning is the time when we can. When Lord is waking up, he's in a very happy mood. Morning, there is one verse. Sosa vadabra karuno bhagavan. We've read that. There's one verse. Premasmite nayanam burham vijrumbam uttaya vijayaya tano vishadam madhya gira panayatat purusha purana. This is Brahmaji is praying to Lord Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu. When Kshirodaksha Vishnu, you'll see is the milk ocean, isn't it? And he is glancing, he is watching all the pralaya, srishti, everything happening like that. So when Brahma gets up, he also requests the Lord for, this is Garbhodaksha Vishnu is praying to. He is telling the Lord that, now everything is in a state of disarray. Now I want to rearrange all the 14 planetary systems and put the jivas properly, everything. So he needs guidance from him. So he is seeking blessing, he is seeking guidance from the Lord. Utthaya is saying, please, my dear Lord, get up. He said, no, Uttishta, Uttishta. Govinda Uttishta Garudat Bhaja, Uttishta Kamala Kanta, Trailokya Mangalam Kuru. Same thing. He's saying, do Mangal for all the worlds. So, in this way, morning when the Lord is going to appear in the altar, many great devatas, they come to see him. There is one verse in the Venkatesa Suprabhadam. It says, Shri Swami Pushkaraniga Plava Nirmalanga Shreyortino Haravirincha Sanandanadhyaha Dware Basanti Varavetra Hatottamanga Shri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. This verse says that in the morning time, early morning hours, Brahma Muhurta time, Brahma and Kumaras and Narada and all those great, great rishis and munis and demigods, they all come to the uh, Tirupati hills. There is a Pushkarani there where they take a holy dip and with their clothes completely drenched in water, with their hairs dripping with water, they're coming and standing in the gate, in front of the gate, and there is a watchman. Varavaitra means watchman. He's having a stick in the hand. He's controlling the people. He's saying, hey, don't push the door. Door will open very soon. Lord's darshan will be shown to everybody. Don't push. And while he's hitting the head, some of the beatings are falling on the head of Brahma also. It is said. Paravetra Hatottamanga, it says. The purpose of saying this is, that means even great demigods aspire for darshan, for the morning darshan. If we don't get up in the morning, we are counted amongst the foolish. Because many, many great demigods are coming and receiving benedictions and going. They are ruling over universes, are ruling over planets. They are getting the Shakti by coming and taking darshan of the Lord. So, if you go to Srirangam, in the morning, they have a cow and the elephant will come in front of the Lord, Mangalarti time. And the elephant is trained to call out, Ranga, like that it would call. Then only the door opens. They have trained the elephant like that. So, one should be eager for darshan. During the Margashish month, December month, when we were small kids, when I was probably third or fourth standard, Margashish is 1 month in the year, which is a very, very special month, very dear to Krishna. The Kartik month is dear to Radharani. And the Margashish month is dear to Krishna. Krishna says, Masanam, Margashisho, he shows me, he says that. So, we would get up like 3:30 would get up and put oil on the head and take a bath and come out of the house where tilak and everything come out. We would all see the other houses, other boys have come out. Who got up first? And the roads you would see, like thousands of people on the road. Wow. Everybody would be walking to the temple, everybody in the same direction, going to the temple. You go to the temple with a basket of flowers, go and offer to the Lord. And lights will be, the temples will be lit up with bright lights and stotrams will be going on, Vishnu Sahasranam is going on, Venkateswara Prabhadam is going on in the morning. And every evening there will be one day Hayavahan, horse Vahana, one day Hanumanta Vahan, one day Garuda Vahan. Every day one Vahan on which Lord will come, and evening will be huge crowds on the roads, people showering flowers, coming with aarti plates and everything. So, such a festive occasion, then there will be dramas also from the Ramayana, Mahabharata and all. They will put up, there will be Katha also, the Katha Kalakshep in the evening. So, that was such a nice culture when I was a small kid. I was blessed and fortunate to watch those things. So, that one full month we would get up. Of course, the other months we were not getting up so early. But in that particular month, every day one Tirupavai verse will be sung in the temple. There are 30 verses. 30 days, 30 songs they will sing. So, that habit is a good habit because once you taste the morning program, and you have sincerely performed it, Lord only is the ultimate taste giver also. When he gives the taste, and the kind of relish that one will get from that, there's no parallel to it in the material goods in this world. So now let us see more about the morning program. See, the reality I told you, constant demands, career, family, social obligations, it's a reality. Everybody can see that. People are struggling with that. Uh, but if you don't do the morning program, it's like a soldier hastily running to the battlefield without any weapons. Just think about it. If a soldier ran to the battlefield, he has no gun, he has no sword, he has no bow and arrow. Suddenly he realizes that I come to the army and I have no weapons. Similarly, Prabhupada says spiritual life means declaring a war with Maya. So, the other people you may ask, Prabhu, those are not devotees, what are they doing? They are sold out to Maya. Huh? Anybody can tell me how Maya conducts the rest of the world other than devotees? How does Maya conduct the world? What is she doing with all the living entities?
Three gunas.
Through three gunas, the ropes of three gunas. Huh? She's putting somebody in passion, somebody in ignorance. She's practically dragging them left, right, center. Huh? We can visibly see that in the world when you go out. When you come to Rajoguna, you can see Tamaguna people. When you come to Sattoguna, you can see both Rajoguna and Tamaguna. You can see. When you come to Vishuddha Sattva, then you can see the other three gunas below. You can only see the gunas below you. You can't be Tamaguna and see everything else. You can't see that. Tamaguna means no vision, blind, completely blind. Tamaguna people are, slapped and kicked and punched and, dragged and buried practically. They have no freedom. Maya is taking them to task like anything. You can see that how people drinking, smoking, drugs and all those things. Horrible it is. And Rajogani people have some control. They have control for a period, some period. After that, they get dragged away. Sattogani people have good amount of control of the time and the lifestyle and everything. Vishuddha people, they can do miracles actually. They can do humanly impossible tasks because they are in touch with the Lord. And when Lord is pleased with them, Lord will make them a kind of a puppet in his hands and make them do great things. Impossible things possible, like Prabhupada did. So, therefore, devotees are the ones who have the weapons to fight against Maya. Prabhupada talks about it in the Gajendra Moksha. When Gajendra was in the water and fighting against crocodile, could he win? He couldn't win, right? He became weakened and he was crying. And then Prabhupada compared that to the sannyasis. In his times, very young boys were given sannyas, Prabhupada's time, 19 years, 20-year-old boy. So they had difficulty. And Prabhupada said, okay, we will not give sannyas very easily, he said. So at that time, Prabhupada said that if somebody takes renounced order and fighting against Maya, you cannot do it. Then Prabhupada said, then the elephant should come to the land and continue fighting against the crocodile. Both Grihasthas should fight and Brahmachari should fight. One fights in water, one fights in land. Similarly, these two are two ashrams, but in both the ashrams, you are fighting against Maya. Now, if a Grihastha does not fight against Maya, you will see that Satya Grihastha's life becomes, covered over. He becomes covered over. How do you know they are covered over? Like one time, Radha Gopinath Prabhu told me to give one Krishna book to one person in Pune. So I had gone to his house. I was in Dhoti Kurta, white and white in the very early days, before joining ashram. I was working in a company. So morning, evening, I'll be in Dhoti Kurta, daytime, I'll be in pant shirt. Evening, when I went to his house and battered the door, he opened the door. And as soon as he saw me, he had tears in his eyes. He doesn't know who I am and I don't know who he is. Only we both know Radha Gopinath Prabhu. Radha Gopinath Prabhu had given. So he said, please come. He welcomed me. I sat. Then he told me that I had gone to Bombay some 3 years ago. And the train he met Radha Gopinath Prabhu. And he called him to temple. He went to temple and spent about 3-4 days. And his mom called him and said, hey, your marriage engagement is this week. Next 2 days is going to happen. Where are you? So then he left Radha Gopinath temple and came home. Now he was telling me, those 4 days in Radha Gopinath temple are the golden days of my life. Wow. Because I stayed there, Radha Gopinath Prabhu gave association and morning programs he attended, brahmacharya classes he attended. And Radha Gopinath Prabhu gave him 5-6 books he had taken. So when I went to his home, then he put a stool, climbed, and then from the top of the bureau, he removed those books and like that he was removing the dust. Because those books were kept in the top, he never got time to read. And on the contrary, there is a big television which was going full blast going on. The house and had gone. So why he had tears in his eyes? Later on, he said, we'll go to the terrace, I'll tell you. So he took me to the terrace of the building. So he said, I got married and, now, at that time I had some interest 3 years ago. But after I got married, now samsara has come and my mother, father are behind me. They say, now you have to make double the money. Now your wife also and mother also, both you have to satisfy. So they are behind me. Now I'm running here, running there. I'm not able to, do anything. I was chanting, now I have given up chanting also. So when I saw you, he said I was remembering Radha Gopinath Prabhu. I was telling. So he told me, please come time to time and let's do kirtan together. So we would do Vaishnava songs on the terrace. So sometimes the mother, father would come to the top and say, hey, bas, ho gaya, aa jao. And they told me, आप अक्सर मत आना कभी कभी don't come often. Come once in 2-3 months, all right. थोड़ा पुण्य भी अर्जित कर लेना चाहिए ठीक है लेकिन इतना अक्सर मत आना I was going every week. I was going. They said, come once in 3 months. So why am I telling you? This person was telling how when somebody is not Krishna conscious, their demands reduces or increases. Brahman does the exponentially increases. Like Hiranyakashipu and Prahalad, Prabhupada says, Hiranyakashipu is an atheist and Prahalad is a theist. It's like Narottama, Naradama. Prahalad is Narottam and Hiranyakashipu is Narad. So Hiranyakashipu had all the three worlds, Trilokadipati. Was he satisfied? No. That's the point. That means if a person is atheistic, then he will have extreme demands. And Prahalad had no demands. Correct, no? So in this way, when that is why we can see that such people they become puppets in the hands of Maya, like Hiranyakashipu. He was tossed by Maya like anything. But when you have the weapons with you, Maya cannot toss you. Because you are in Krishna. Mamevi prapadyante Maya vetam tarante. Correct, no? Now when we take shelter of Maya, then our mind senses can be controlled. And even if we slip, sometimes in our thought or senses, it will not be a big fault. And Prabhupada says, if you put the word dragged in the Srimad Bhagavatam, you put the word dragged, you will get Swayambhava Manu, the third canto. That is one very good verse. I'll give you as a homework. You can do that verse. It is third canto, 22-33, I think. 3:22-33, I think. Let me see. Read that one, the translation code. Yeah.
Emperor Swambhuva Manu enjoyed life with his wife and subjects and fulfilled his desires without being disturbed by unwanted principles contrary to the process of religion. Celestial musicians and their wives sang in chorus about the pure reputation of the emperor, and early in the morning every day he used to listen to the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of
This
Godhead.
purport is extraordinary purport. The number is 3:22-33. 3:22-33. It's a very, very beautiful purport. You can read that. So read this also, translation.
Thus, Swambhuva Manu was a saintly king, although absorbed in material happiness. He was not dragged to the lowest grade of life, for he always enjoyed his material happiness in a Krishna conscious atmosphere.
See, this is exactly shloka for the Grihasthas. That means Grihasthas have some leaning towards material happiness, before becoming very Krishna conscious. But when the home is Krishna conscious atmosphere, they will not be dragged to the lowest grade of life. And those who are not Krishna conscious, you can see a typical family in India. They get up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, and before getting up, they drink bed coffee also. Isn't it? And they read a newspaper, and they read the supplement, and then after taking bath, you eat. You go for eating out in a hotel half the day. So they don't do anything meaningful, purposeful, and also the kind of lifestyle they lead within the home. The home becomes a place of quarrels many times. Lust, anger, greed, all of them are in big form. So why am I giving you this kind of graphic examples? Because we should be able to see those people who are deprived of Krishna consciousness, how they are suffering. If you don't see that, then you won't be able to value what you have received. The gift that we have received, we will not know its value unless we know those who don't have it, how they are suffering. So we are at least, everybody is in battlefield in this world. Others are already knocked off. But those who are Krishna conscious devotees, they have the weapons to not get knocked off. So what is the armory? The morning program is not a ritual. It's our daily rearmament, our spiritual oxygen. If you don't breathe oxygen, we will perish. Similarly, if we don't do all the morning program prayers which offer us purification and shelter in Krishna, then we will become spiritually weak and perish. So morning program is Srila Prabhupada's greatest gift to Iskcon devotees, isn't it? So you all know in the 22nd chapter uh, of the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, you can start from 159 onwards. You know, you will read, actually even before that, 22, 108, I think, from there if you start, many verses talking about Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. There, our Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is compared to a seed that Guru gives. Anybody knows what is the seed? The seed that Guru gives, Guru Krishna Prasadi by Bhakti Lata.
Beej.
So what is that bead? Who knows?
Instructions.
Ah, beach is actually not love of God. Some people think that beach is love of God. Beach is not love of God. Love of God is already there in you. That beach is actually the idea, the procedure, the plans, the instructions, the guidelines that Guru gives. That's called the beach. Like 64 principles are given by Rupa Goswami. That's a beach that he has given. And what Prabhupada has given is 16 rounds and 4 related principles and this morning program and ABCD, correct? No? Association, Bhagavad Gita, chanting, devotional diet, and engaging in seva. These are the bijas that Prabhupada has given. Bhakti Unmukha Bija. So these bijas should be taken, this beach should be taken very seriously. Because if you see, Guru doesn't give you love of God immediately, he doesn't awaken it. He gives you a seed, you sow the seed, you water it, and then it grows, it cracks the shell of the universe and goes to Brahma Jyoti. At last, it will enter Goloka and there it will produce Krishna Prem fruit. But even though it has reached Goloka, you should keep watering it here. Anybody knows what is that watering?
Hearing and chanting.
Hearing and chanting. Shravanadi Jal, it is said. Hearing and chanting is the watering. And while watering it, we also have to put a fence. Anybody knows what is the fence around it? For the plant, yeah?
Avoiding offenses.
She's saying avoiding offenses. There, Prabhupada says the fences, we have to flank ourselves with pure devotees.
Pure devotee association.
Those who are seriously practicing devotees, they should be alert. If you are in the middle of them, you are surrounded by them, you will always be feeling presence of Krishna in your life. You will never be, become a victim to Maya. And another meaning of that fencing is the 4 related principles also. So like Lakshman Rekha was put by Lakshman. He told Sita, don't come out of this. You will be protected, correct? No? But if you come out of this, no one can save you. So if you break the 4 related principles and we become slack, we come out of that, then we become easy victim to Maya. So, and also as Shri Mataji was saying also, it also represents that the Hati Mata Aparad, we say, no? If there is a thick fence put up, Hati cannot enter inside. But if there is no fence, the elephant can run over it. When elephant runs over it, the creeper can get uprooted. So that is a very dangerous offense, which is, becoming envious of other Vaishnavas and blaspheming them and pulling their leg. That can completely throw us out of the community totally. Like Alia was told to get out of Vrindavan because of his offensive behavior. Correct, no? So in this way, the morning program, what Prabhupada has given is a seed he has given us, bhakti seed he has given us. We have to take advantage. Imagine one of you wanted mango. Say, instead of giving you mango, I give you a mango seed. What you may have to do? Sow the seed, water it, fence it, it will become a sapling, it will become a tree. Then you'll get thousands of mangoes, correct? No? Similarly, Guru is giving you love of God, not directly, but is giving you something from which love of God is going to come. Unless you process it, exercise it. Like you see, one father, he had 3 sons. He gave each of them one lathe machine. He told the sons that, Veda, you all are growing up now. I'm giving you a lathe. Now you take it and then use this and then you make your livelihood. As you get married, you will need some, something for your livelihood. So you can use this. And the father went off for a year abroad somewhere and then he returned back. And what he saw was very amazing. The first son, he had put the lathe in that workshop. And he told the father, Papa, thank you very much. Me, my wife, and my 2 children, we are able to run the show. Monthly, whatever I need for the family, I'm getting it, he said. Then he went to meet the second son. That fellow had purchased a dozen lathes. He had a dozen lathes and he was sitting in a cabin. He said, Papa, now I have become a manager now. And I have dozen lathes, I have employed people. I am paying them salary. And he took out the checkbook and showed, see, this much profit I am making monthly. And I built a house also now. house and factory are very nearby. Father was happy. And third son, he was wondering, where is the third son? So third son did not have one lathe also. And father asked, hey, I gave you one lathe, what happened? Then he said, wait a minute. He just opened the computer and showed in India, how, 2 dozen places he had made industries. He started with one lathe, but eventually he had started in multiple places. And he told the father that each of the company has their MDs. They have that, and I just have to call them and manage them over phone. So you can see how this fellow had scaled up the activity, correct? No? The third fellow. So when the guru gives you the seed, everybody gets the same seed. Not that you got a better one, I got an inferior one. But when we get it, each disciple, like see, look at Srila Prabhupada. When he got the seed from his guru, 2 things his guru told him. Why don't you go to the Western world and preach the message in English language, correct now? For that, fulfilling the instruction, he started Iskcon society. Second instruction was, if you ever get money,
Preach.
print books. And for that, he started, what did he start?
BBT.
BBT.
So one Iskcon and one BBT, such a stout organization started both of them. Now the whole world he influenced. So somebody can take that seed from Guru and develop it so much. One can do that. So therefore, how you take the gift seriously, it all depends on that. His Grace Sankarshan Adhikari Prabhu, when he came to Pune, he told that, what touched him the most was when he came as a newcomer to Iskcon. He saw the love of the devotees for Prabhupada and how they are performing morning program with great sincerity, with attention. Everybody was moving their body back and forth and chanting and singing in the morning. He said that one Mangalarti I saw, he said, I deserve to dedicate my life.
Wow.
He was very deeply touched. So these people are loyal to their Guru, Acharya, Guru, and they are like children, they are sold out completely, and they are all absorbed in spirituality. This is real spirituality, he felt like. So in the busy Grihastha life of responsibility, it is the protective armor and lifeline, it's written. It is like, in the army, when you go to war, you need that, what do you call that, kavach. If the arrow comes on the kavach, you will be saved. Like you've seen politicians have a bulletproof jeep, correct, no? Even if somebody shoots also, nothing happens. Similarly, Maya is already shooting many arrows. Lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion, everything is coming towards us. But we have the protective armor, which is the holy name is one armor, and Srimad Bhagavatam is another armor, and the morning program is another armor. They're all protecting us completely. See, rising before 4 a.m., Brahma even arose in the morning and meditated on the Lord before creation. I told you this. And Lord Chaitanya would start Kirtana in the early hours. Daily Mahaprabhu would get up early in the morning, go to the temple hall, and take the Jagannath darshan. After that, he would go to the seashore and he would chant the holy name till noontime. Then he would go to Jagannath temple, take the prasad and bring it to Haridas Thakur, give him, and have some Preeti Lakshana with Haridas and others. Then he would go to Tota Gopinath and sit with Gadadhar Pandit and others and hear the Srimad Bhagavatam. And evening he would do 3 hours Sankirtan daily, Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Mahaprabhu is a role model for us. Even according to science at Brahma Muhurta, mind is very sattvic, memory is sharp, and distractions are minimal. So here is a practical application for us. Sleep early and eat meager in the evening. Don't eat heavy. Because if you eat heavy in the night, you can't get up in the morning. So regulate eating and create a family culture of early rising. Family culture of early rising means what? Everybody agrees, yes, we all will get up together, take bath and come together. We support each other. See, a family can become Andhakupam if everybody degrades, but the same family can become Vaikuntha if they all support each other and decide, let's get up in the morning and complete our standing in the morning time. Actually, there are families I've seen, that's how they are able to do also a lot of good for others. If a soldier rises early for duty, how much more more should we do for our eternal duty to Krishna, correct? Actually, you will see soldiers get up early in the morning and they do this march past and shooting practice and all those things they do. Even the Olympics sportsmen also, they practice net practice, they call it net practice. So they do practice for 4 or 5 years before going to Olympics. Huh? Similarly, devotees should know that this is, just as in material field, if you have to excel, you have to practice. Same manner in spiritual line also, if you have to excel, you have to practice. So what you engage first sets the tone for the entire day. All of you think for a moment now. As soon as you get up, first half an hour, what do you do? Most people immediately take the smartphone and they switch it on and see any updates have come. If they don't get any update, they become morose. Why nobody has sent anything? Some people even call also. Hey, why you nobody has sent any message? They're eager for that food. Correct, no? That sets the tone for the whole day. Then that's how we are disturbed with the smartphone all day because of that. But if somebody gets up early in the morning, open the Bhagavatam and read, or hear a lecture of Prabhupada, that sets the tone for the entire day. See, in the 18th chapter, Krishna is talking about acting out of duty, kartabhya buddhi, we call it, is more of goodness. Not acting for fruit or acting out of fear or hate. Tamoguni people act out of fear or hate. Rajoguni people act for fruits. In the 24th verse, 18th chapter, what he's saying, Kamepsuna, he's saying, Kamepsuna means fruity mentality. Bahulayasam, they work very hard, he says. Sa ahankarena, he says. That means they work with false ego. They don't consider Lord the doer. They think, I am doer, I did this, I did that. So they act for fruits. So these words are used there. Bahulayasam, Kamepsuna. So, but why devotee gets up in the morning? Because devotee feels this is my duty. My guru has given me the initiation, and I'll get up in the morning, I will chant all the rounds, I'll worship the deity, like that one should think. So, what is the application you see? Choosing Mangalarati is a conscious act to establish sattva before the world's passion and ignorance attack us. Once you all have experienced, morning program is over when you get into your car, then the day's passion starts, correct? Bhago, dauda. People are bringing this, do that. Oh, emergency call, this call, meetings, this meeting, that meeting, so many things. So before the world drags us with many responsibilities, what we should do? We should complete our spiritual duties and be balanced in our head to deal with that. So here is the question, you see. Who sets the agenda of your consciousness? You or the material world? See, which means, do I influence the material world or material world influences me? When Prabhupada came to America, did Prabhupada influence Americans or they influenced him? Prabhupada influenced. There are many Swamis who came to America, like one Swami went to London, one Gaudiya Math Swami. So he wore pant, shirt and everything. Because he said that all these people are all very hi-fi people. So he wore pant, shirt and took photos with them. And 35 years, there was a lot of preaching effort was made, but no, there was a Vinod Vanidasi, one lady became a devotee, but not much preaching happened. Because you get, changed by those people, isn't it? On the other hand, our Prabhupada, when he came here, you will see that he influenced so powerfully. He made them wear dhoti kurta. He made them, Matajis were wearing sari. And the whole culture of Krishna consciousness he brought, correct now? Similarly, if we are doing the morning program, you are actually gaining momentum so that you can influence the world around you during the daytime. We can influence. And if we are going to be slack in the morning program, we are becoming vulnerable victims to the world around us. When we go with vulnerability, we can very easily be overtaken. So in morning, what all we do? These are the things we do. See, Mangalarti. There are 8 paragraphs in Mangalarti. Each of them describes one type of mercy. The first paragraph talks about qualities mercy. Guru is compared to a cloud who takes the water from the ocean. Krishna is the ocean. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. Karuna Sindhu, he is taking Karuna and all qualities and coming and showering in the forest fire of the material existence. So therefore we are very grateful to Guru for his qualities mercy. Praptasya Kalyana Gunadnavasya. He has all the Kalyana Gunams of the Lord in small proportion. So we are grateful to him. So we have to be grateful to our spiritual master and Prabhupada. We express our gratitude. So there is a qualities mercy. Second paragraph is Kirtan mercy. Third paragraph is Sri Vigraha, Archa Vigraha mercy. And fourth paragraph is Prasadam mercy. Fifth paragraph is Seva mercy. And sixth paragraph is Leela mercy. Sorry, fifth is Leela and sixth is Seva mercy. And then seventh we say such a person is called as Saksad Haritveda. He is not Hari, but he has Haritvata, which means like he has a spiritualized body, like iron rod put in fire, like that. So by his mercy, we can attain Krishna. So we express our gratitude to him. Then Tulasi Arti, Tulsi Devi is the manager of the spiritual world. She is going to award us the service in the spiritual world when we enter. So therefore, even in household life, one can do so many services to the deity, even within the home. So praying Tulsi is very important daily, and watering Tulsi and circumambulating Tulsi. In India, it's very common practice. People don't know what it is. There is so much glory of Tulsi spoken. You all know our Rukmini put one Tulsi leaf. Taraju went like this, no? Krishna got sold out by Rukmini, that one leaf, Tulsi leaf. So, and also when, what is his name? Dhanvantri. He brought the Amrit Kalash. That time he looked at Asuras and Devas, and tears came in his eyes of accomplishment. That time those tears fell in that Amrit Kalash, and immediately Tulsi came. So where there is Vishnu Tosh, in that place Tulsi comes. Like that. So then Narasimha Arati is for two things, purification and protection. Protection for the household, children, community. Like he protected Prahalad and purified Hiranyakashipu. We may also have some Hiranyakashipu tendencies that will be purified. And we should actually think that when we are offering that song to Lord Narasimha, he removes the fears of the devotees that disturb the morning sadhana, I say. And then the Guru Puja, especially is performed for Prabhupada. So Chakshudan Dilojay, Divigyan Hriday Prakash. So through his books, he is enlightening us, and he has started the sanstha, and he has given us a platform to stay together and practice. So we express both Prabhupada and Guru also. And then the Mahamantra Kirtan which we do, it teaches gratitude for the founder Acharya who gave us the sadhana structure, correct? No? When you're singing Hare Krishna, on the guidance of Prabhupada, the whole moment is going. So, when we are doing these aratis, what we should do? Move from singing words to having a personal dialogue. Like, for example, somebody was asking, about karma yoga. Should we, think of the Lord, or should we do the work? So Prabhupada asked the question, when you are dining at night on the dining table, are you eating food or are you exchanging love with your family? Yeah, which one you do? You do both simultaneously. The same manner, when we are performing this arati, there are two aspects in the arati. One is spirit, another one is ritual. The ritual is moving the hands, legs, dancing, or performance of arati, to the Lord. So that is external ritual. But internally something should be happening. What is it? That is the spirit. So we say spirit plus ritual is spiritual. So the spirit is the personal dialogue with the Lord. Like Mahaprabhu's mood, Ainanda Tanja Kinkaram Pazidam Mahamishwaya Bhavapudam, that kind of mood should be cultivated. And one should remember the meaning of the songs. And gratitude to Prabhupada and Guru is cultivated through understanding, not accident. You see? Gratitude will not come suddenly on its own. When you read Leelamrita, when we go around and see the Prabhupada's movement, we develop more and more gratitude. And Narasimha Arati, in the same mood of Prahalad, one should helplessly grab the lotus feet of Narasimha. And our Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Hare Krishna mantra, that is to declare our fallen position, glorify the Lord for his greatness, and beg for mercy. Three purposes. And the Tulsi Arati is to enter the pastimes of the spiritual world, not just to describe it in our lecture. We also have aspiration. So we have to develop that transcendental greed. Yeah. You see, growth doesn't happen automatically. It requires specific condition. So I give the same example of the plant. You need the water, you need the sun, you need good soil. If any one out of the three is not available, the plant won't grow. Similarly, we need sadhana and sangha and seva. Sangha of the devotees and our personal sadhana with intensity and rendering seva also. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So, pranipat, pariprashna, seva is required. So, due to pranipat in the sangha of devotees, hear from the superior and do seva also, and then do the sadhana. Morning program, everything you get. It's a well packed, well nice package. So, perfection is attained by the execution of sadhana, correct? Perfection is attainment of Krishna Prem. That will eventually happen. You see, even though we might have become senior, 5 years, 10 years, 14 years, 20 years, here is a warning given that one should not go to a stagnant plateau. Either we are moving forward or sliding back.
No.
You're seen in a river, fastly flowing river. Either you are swimming upstream or you are carried away downstream. It will be like that. No. Okay, let me ask you a question. Say some IT company, a boy joined. Now, after a couple of years, his boss is watching. If he doesn't work hard and proves himself, there's a possibility that they'll keep him on bench and lay him off. Correct? No? And if he works hard, there's a possibility of promotion. Correct? No? Growth. Or at least increment. Correct? No? So if a boy says, please don't give me any promotion, any increment, but don't remove me, can they keep him? If he doesn't do much? No. In a company, you will see that either you perform well and grow, or you don't perform and you will be considered for laying off, like that you find. Same in spiritual life also. The world of Maya is such that we have to be swimming upstream, going ahead in spiritual life. Otherwise, if you are careless, you will be just, left behind. Like if you are in a Mumbai, any railway platform, you have to take initiative to go inside the train. Otherwise, no possibility. You cannot enter only. So much crowd there. So, in this world, if one is idling, we become vegetable in this world. So, one has to make an effort. So, therefore, we are like a growing sapling or a tree. We need the water to grow, you see. And morning sadhana of Shravanam, like Prabhuji correctly said, Shravanadi Jal. Shravanam and Kirtana. So, one of the reasons why people neglect spiritual sadhana is being busy at work. That's mentioned here. Busy with work. Is anyone less busy? Tell me nowadays. Everybody's life is busy. So that means in the busy life only, we have to find out ways and means to grow. Like in the middle of Sankat, Gajendra was calling out the Lord and then offering a archana to the Lord. That's what it pleased Lord Vishnu. He said that Gajendra is, great. How did he become great? Because he did not blame the circumstances. He didn't give any glib excuses why I can't do bhakti. So, our growth is directly proportional to the quantity of my morning sadhana, you see. Missing it is spiritually wasting human life. Let us remember this. Many people do not know this, but this is a reality. What is the quality of my morning sadhana? Accordingly, we are going to grow. First, we have to worry about performing it, even though there may not be quality. But gradually, we should. First, you physically put yourself in the morning program. Then you can work on the quality gradually. What is the mood? From ritual to relationship. That's what it told you. Ritual means coming for the morning program. Relationship means improving the quality of our connection with Krishna. What is the wrong mood? Oh, I have to get up in the morning. Oh, now I have to do 16 rounds. I feel like taking a small nap. And people go to take a nap and they don't come back. 1 hour, 2 hours go away. So considering like obligation or a burden. What is the right mode? Oh, now I get to chant next 2 hours. No disturbance. Let me peacefully chant. Especially devotees who have grown up in spiritual life, they feel jolly that now I have my time exclusively for Krishna. I don't have to worry now. But you are eager to chant and you consider it a privilege. You are grateful and thankful. I get to chant. I want to chant, then I love to chant, and I can't stop chanting. Like that. That's how we have to grow up. Huh? So, see, Krishna comes to us how? He is coming out of duty or out of love?
Love.
See what is it here? Krishna runs to his devotees out of love, not out of duty. Correct, no? So, see, when Krishna plays under the Vamshiva tree, it is a call for all the jivas, not only gopis. He's calling all the jivas. Don't worry about too many things of the world. Look at me, come here. He's calling. Huh? So, like the gopis rushing to Raslila. So, rushing to temple with eagerness to meet your Lord. That's a mood in which the people should jump up from their bed and go to meet the Lord. Nice analogy, no? Once one disciple told another disciple, proper disciple, that when we go for book distribution, we are very similar to the Sakis who are showing direction to the other Sakis how to reach Vamshiva tree where Krishna is playing on the flute. Other devotee thought it is too esoteric. He went and told Prabhupada that one devotee is saying like this. Prabhupada said, correct, he said. So giving a book. Because on the way, Nitya Sakis, they are called Nitya Sakis. They were standing. When the Gopi would be running, searching for Krishna, they would show direction. Go in this way, you will get Krishna. Like that. So Prabhupada said, this book distribution is exactly similar effect. You are giving a book and showing them direction towards Krishna, like that. So, we should rush to the temple for the morning program with eagerness to meet your Lord. Okay, what should be the right mode of sadhaka? Sharanagati. Another time when I come, I will do only this Sharanagati. There are 6 principles. It will take a couple of classes. 2 hours we can do. It's very good. His Holiness Bhaktichar Maharaj used to do, on this 6 principles, 6 classes he used to do. Pune also he did. In Calcutta he used to do. Very, very important. If we study about Sharanagati, morning program will become very juicy for our consciousness. Because it teaches the right attitude in which we should perform the spiritual activities. It will give the training to surrender more and more. Yeah. So Prahlad Maharaj teaches us how the prayers, when we offer praise to the Lord, it purifies our heart and makes us truly humble. Prahlad Maharaj's humility. He said, my dear Lord, I am a Ugra Jati, whereas the Devatas are all exalted, people in the Brahminical platform. Actually, out of the two, who was more advanced, Devatas or Prahlad? Why? Because he was in Vishuddha Sattva. But the Devatas were in Sattva. But he was still nevertheless humble. So, Lord Chaitanya taught this type of humility, service attitude, dependence. I think we're coming to the close to end now. I think the whole purpose of the morning program is to develop the transcendental greed called as lova. The famous verse, Krishna bhakti rasava vidamati kretam api kuto vilabhyate tatra laulyam api ekara molyam janma koti sabriti nalabhyate. That's the famous verse. That, even though one might have performed material punya in many lives, that's useless. But if one has a little greed for Krishna, anybody has the greed, one should purchase it. Like for example, some devotees strongly desire, I want to go back to God, or I want to chant the holy name nicely. Without it, I am starving. That kind of longing for chanting, longing for hearing, longing for association, longing to do some seva. See, that's the difference between coming to Bhagavatam class and longing to attend Bhagavatam. It's not the same. One time from IIT, we were going to the temple. The train got stopped somewhere in the middle of the railway line. We were about 3-4 of us. Ranath Maharaj was giving a lecture in Chopal temple. So one of the 4 boys, he was crying actually that, this train is neither moving forward nor leaving us in a station. By the time we reached the temple, Maharaj said, Gantra Ashmat Bhagavatam ki, got over. So, but I was telling that boy, you see, you are crying that you are missing the class. Krishna will be more pleased with you, even though you didn't attend the class. So the developing a longing to attend is more important than, like if you ask somebody, why are you attending class? Prabhuji, I am anywhere in the temple campus, I am supposed to attend. Otherwise somebody will catch me and bring me on my own. I can. Somebody says that there is no greed for hearing, right? So some people have to be called there, then only they come. Okay, how to develop the greed? 3 things I said. Associate, study, pray. Please repeat this.
Associate, study, and pray.
Sit with those people who are greedy for Krishna. It's very contagious. Those are absorbed in chanting, reading, hearing, that they're thrilled, always absorbed. And then also study acharyas, how they practice abhyartha kalatva. Study the lives of great souls. Associating with the great souls, but study the lives of great souls. And then after that, pray to the Lord. Study is not only studying books, one has to also study the lives of many great devotees. You will see those who are evolved devotees, they will be inspired by a dozen or more devotees. You will see that. Because they are always observing great souls and they take inspiration from them. My Lord, make me greedy for you. Make me restless without you. It's a prayer begging the Lord to increase our transcendental greed. And we can also say to Lord that, I am so dull, I am so covered over. Like Rupa Goswami is saying that, my dear Lord, there is a Karpanya Panchika Stotram is there. He says, my dear Lord, you are Panditavara, I am Pamara. He says, you are learned and I am foolish. And you are the greatest, I am the smallest. And you are always eager to take me, but I have no eagerness to come to you. Like, Krishna doesn't need us. But he still wants us. And we need Krishna, but we don't want Krishna. Amazing, no? Actually, we need. It's like a life air for us, but we don't want it. And he doesn't need us. Still he wants us. He wants us for whose good? Our good. For good. That's the point. There has been translated logo for morning sadhana. Bhakti says, greed is the doorway to Radhanaga Bhakti. It's another point. Anybody remembers the verse? Abhyas, that Mayeva Manadatvaya, May Buddhim Niveshaya, Niveshaya, Mayeva, Atavurdam na Samshaya. Then what the next verse? Atachittam, Samadatum, Na Shaknoshi Mayistiram, Abhyasa Yogena, Tato Mamit Chaptum Dhananjaya. He says, if you cannot be a pure devotee, at least do Abhyasa Yoga, which is 16 rounds standing, 4 legs following. But another word is using Mami Chaptum Dhananjaya means what? Along with Vaidya Sadhana Bhakti, you have to have that Ichcha. That Ichcha becomes a seed for Raganuga. If the Ichcha is not there, then we are stagnated in Sadhana Bhakti. There are people doing, okay, 16 rounds over, falling for it, that's all. And they don't have any eagerness to proceed further. When that eagerness seed is there, that seed grows and becomes really transcendental greed later on. Yeah. So in the Grihasthas now, they would come and take part in the morning program with Lord Chaitanya when he would go on Udila Aruna Purava Bhage. He would go out in the streets for Harinam Sankirtan. Many would come forward to come and take part. So associate with devotees who attend, reflect on taste, keep diary and realizations. Actually, you should associate with good devotees who are serious about attending the morning program and reflecting, and then reflect on how enthusiastically they are attending. Let me also develop such a taste. Actually, many of my inspirations come from early day where I have witnessed devotees very closely. There was a Gudakesh Prabhu in Mirara temple. Oh, he used to sing Gaurarati, the way he would sing and dance. It was out of the world. Similarly, I went to Radha Gopinath Prabhu for Food for Life once and book distribution one. So many times more things are caught than taught. When you observe the enthusiastic devotee, those are thrilled. Similarly, observed Bhaktirasanath Maharaj and learned many things. So, in this way, by associating with devotees, we can develop this greed. And then we will feel morning sadhana to be a privilege, not a burden. So, what is the duty for the leaders in conclusion? Leaders have to set the standard. What should be the commitment? Radha and Krishna's lotus feet is the only and ultimate reality. This is my life. What is that famous song? Nitya Charana Satya. Correct? Bhaka Nitya. He says, the Lord's lotus feet is permanent. It will be there even after we die, leave this body. So let us hold on to Lord's lotus feet. See the 4 p.m. as a privilege, not a sacrifice. Come for the Sangha to give and receive strength. Study the prayers until they evoke feeling. Actually, the prayers can be done ritually in the beginning, but eventually the meaning should be understood and it should be recited with feeling, like Kuntimara is reciting those 8th chapter beautiful verses. So more the feeling, more the bhakti bhava will arise. So the hungry soul means a greedy soul. So greed in the beginning is very small. It's like a spark of fire that has to be grown. Yeah. We have to lead by example, because if leaders in our society become dull in the morning program, then our society is very dangerously going in the wrong direction. But if leaders are enthusiastic, there is hope for the society. I call it as a cow-calf principle. Cow-calf principle means if the cow is coming, who will follow?
Okay.
Calf can follow after that. At least the cow can say, I'm going, you also come. Correct, no? The leaders have to start. Unfortunately, many leaders also are not sometimes, following the standard. Like, for example, we made a policy in Pune. All the counselors should come at least one morning, full morning program, 4:30 to 9:30 in a week. Of course, some people are doing it, but some people are not able. Some people are coming for japa every day also, counselors. But we have like 100 counselors. Very difficult to follow up everybody. So if counselors come, imagine 100 counselors on a Sunday morning come, and all the counselors come, there will be 4,000 people in temple hall. But what we observe is not that. And my observation, on festival days, the temple hall is jam-packed. Nityantradashi, Radheshyam, Janmashtami, correct? People think only on that day Lord gives mercy. People think Lord is giving mercy every day. So leaders have to lead by example. Set culture in our center. Strong morning program is strong community. Strong community is not a strong community because you collect a lot of funds and build a very big temple. That's not a big community. Strong community is strong morning program. And as I told you, children watch the parents. Then only, like Prabhupada says, I was Abhay and my sister's name is Bhavatarini. So we used to be lying down in the bed, and then we would see our father ringing the bell and doing aarti. Ding dong, ding dong. Then they would jump from the bed, go and take a bath and come, where the fresh dress and come and stand in the aarti. So the children learn from the father. Correct, no? Check among peers who attends the morning program and make friendship with them. Check among peers who hears Bhagavatam attentively and make friendship with them, like that. Oh Lord, give me strength never to miss your morning darshan. And also when we sing Vaishnava songs, they give us a right mood to develop. If anybody wants to develop the greed as well as hunger, spiritual hunger, Vaishnava songs are very good. We can read them, sing them, read the meanings and understand it while going and coming here and there. We can murmur the songs and try to meditate on the meanings. This is one very easy route for awakening attraction for the Lord. Like I used to sing this song. Amiyamuna puline kadamba kanane seri sakiya Amashama vamshidari manivancha pori lila koilera sarai. Very beautiful song. Like that, there are many songs. These are Lalsamai songs. Where he is saying, Takon Krishna Leela Heri Prakriti Sundari Vistari Chesho Bhavane Amigare na Jaibo Vane Praveshivo Olilara Seratare. He's saying that the environment is so attractive. All devotees are engaged in Krishna service. I don't feel like going home, he's saying. So there are many songs like this. There's another song, you heard this? What is that famous song? Gauravane Suridhana Suradhani Tate Ha Radha Ha Krishna Bole. There's also. So he's saying in the Suradhani Tate means in the bank of Ganga, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Ha Radha Ha Krishna Bole, I will roll in the dust of Navadvip Dham and I will go to the home of anybody because in Navadvip, Prabhu is a Dhamvasi. Whatever alms they give, I will eat, like that he says. So these songs can produce great ecstasy in our heart when we read them. Like even this Gurudev Kripa Bintu Diya, correct? These kind of songs. I remember I have one songbook which I have made myself, where about 40, 50 of them I have gathered and put in one spiral bond. So while going, coming, I keep memorizing the song. Because when you memorize them, they become your asset. When they are your asset, you can keep singing them, memorizing them. That's like the shlokas and the songs. And that can increase our gratitude We can increase our greed also. Huh? Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Bhakta ki
Jai. Praise Radheshyam Prabhu ki.
So,
Jai.
what's the time?
Thank you all very much,
That's very
dear
late.
devotees. Thank you, dear devotees. We'll see